Are you a lark or an owl? Morning people are called larks, and those who prefer to stay up late, they're night owls.
But new this morning, here's the key. Does your day preference get in the way of your relationship or maybe your job? And can you do anything about it? First, make no mistake about it. Most of us are either a morning time lark or an owl.
It is real. We actually call those chronotypes, which just means if you're allowed to sleep and wake when you want to, that's where you would naturally gravitate.
AHN sleep specialist Dr. Daniel Shade says we are born with the part of day in which we thrive.
There is definitely a gene for what regulates the timing of our sleep onset, whether it's late or whether it's earlier in the evening.
So blame your ancestors, but don't think something is wrong.
I guess the way I look at it is being a night owl or being a lark isn't really a sleep disorder. That's just your body's natural rhythm.
So you're predestined to prefer a day part.
It's when you have responsibilities that fall outside that it becomes an issue.
Like an owl working a morning shift or a lark asked to work at night.
Is it possible to change it?
You can't fully change it. You can get used to it.
In other words, we adapt.
But truthfully, you're still going to have some sleep deprivation because you're not going to get the amount of sleep you need.
And what about if your significant other is the sleep schedule opposite?
Definitely, it can cause a lot of friction. You meet the partner in the middle. Perhaps you stay up a little bit later and they might try to go to bed a little bit earlier.
Dr. Shade says ultimately you are what you are.
You can adjust a couple of hours, and sometimes that's all you need to do, especially in a social situation or a relationship.
And we all change over time. We go to bed earlier when we're younger, and then it kind of slides a little bit later as we get older, and then it goes back the other direction. In our later years, we tend to go to bed a little bit earlier.
That's interesting. When I was younger, I used to stay up late.
Right.
I was always the night owl of the family. And now with this shift and kids, I got to go to bed early.
Yeah.
If you just can't help living opposite your body clock, what about medicine? Does medications help?
Yeah, Dr. Shade says there's melatonin and there are stimulants and they can help, but you want to try to make natural adjustments first if you can stay off the medication. And he says the best indicator of what someone is, a lark or an owl, actually comes during vacation, because then you're not bound by the clock and you can see when it feels natural to go to bed or to wake up. And same thing for your kids over the summer vacation. You can learn whether your child is a lark or an owl.
Interesting. I'll have to keep an eye out on that one.
Yeah, but the bottom line is it's in your genes.
Who knew?
Yeah, really.
Very interesting story. Thank you.